Hey everybody, this is Al from El Rey Collection. Hope everybody's having a great Saturday here. Saturday, September 14th. It's been a while since I've been on with anything, so I have been out of town for a bit, so I am excited to kind of see what accumulated here in my absence. And so we've got a little bit of mail. Looks like a PSA order here, a big Goldin box, which is still, I have my, I'm scratching my head over that. And I think I'll just start with this one since it's just right here and I'm struggling to get into the package. This is one from Portugal. There you go. So here we go. Actually, let me put the comments on so that I can see if anybody has any comments. So I'll try to respond to those as we go. And without further ado, let me jump into this. Always gotta look at how things are packaged so you don't damage them. Hope everybody has had a great few collecting weeks and everything else in your life as well. And it's almost like surgery on some of these packages. And unfortunately, this one you got to do kind of in multiple ways. Now, most of this stuff is super low grade anyway, so it shouldn't matter all that much. Here we go. No, fun. Okay, so these are a bunch of Portuguese stickers that these are nice that they're already in these things, so I can just dump them right into card savers, but I won't. Here's a Futre, really cool like setup on this sticker. I really think that one's fun. Fernandez. These are relatively low value. Here's another Futre. Actually, I like this. This is, I think, 84 Mabil. Very cool. So, quite a few Futre stickers, as well as this is one of his rookies. Not in great shape, but still. And a few Fernandez stickers as well. So these are mostly from the 70s. I think a couple bleed back maybe into the late 60s. So yeah, I just got a pretty big group of stickers just on a few cute players. Here's one that you don't see every day. This I love the look of these particular stickers. They're so uniquely Portuguese. There's a name. I love this one because one of the few that actually says Pantera Negra on it, the Black Panther, his nickname. So we got quite a big group of stickers here that I will ultimately grade a lot of these, even though they're low value. I just like to have them in my collection. Graded. This one's fun. It's a little smaller than your typical sticker. Let me see if I can compare it to these 62s here. Look at that. It's a little smaller. So pretty cool, fun Eusebio there. Here's another Eusebio. Love the clouds in the backgrounds on these. Here's a Kaluna to go along with him. So yeah, it's been pretty fun picking up a lot of this stuff. Most of you guys who follow my collection know I love these Portuguese things. Here's a Vicente. A couple more of these as well. So fun stuff. There's a tiny little Kaluna. Really good from 62 as well. And then there's a Nick Lauda for my F1 collection from a Portuguese F1 album. So very, very fun little group of Portuguese stickers. Let me put this over here, and I guess I can do the second one. Actually, I had two groups come in from same Portuguese seller. So excited to have those. Most of the time when I get stuff out of Portugal, it's just one or two at a time. And so the shipping's kind of expensive, but due to the low value of these and the fact I could put together a relatively large group, it made it more cost effective. I think for most people looking to get one or two stickers out of Portugal, especially if kind of second tier stars or not really super valuable card stickers, it's really kind of cost prohibitive. So you got to try to find a group that you can do, or lump lower value cards with higher value cards. All right. So here's this. So these actually I'm going to need to put in things. These are fun. These are calendar cards, which were actually quite popular in Portugal from the 80s and 90s. Here's a Senna. This particular one's from 85, which typically means it's issued in late 84, making that close to, well, certainly rookie material. Here's a really fun Figo that's issued in 91 because it's for the 92 calendar. And here's the 92 as well. This is fun. You can see it says 92 on the back. So these are, not super collectible for most people. I kind of find them really cool. This is the 86, again, issued in 85. That was a Senna. This is one that I hadn't seen before. It's a Futre again in this Porto, and this shows the end of 85 and the full calendar for 86. That's kind of fun. And then I got a couple little packs. These are fun. This is a martial arts, obviously Bruce Lee there. There's a red and a blue. This is from the Desvenda brand in Portugal. You can see down there they have a number of issues. Here's another really fun pack. This is Campeones Europeos football, and this is the 70-71 version. So you can get an Eusebio, you can get a Cruyff in here, you can get a Neeskens. It's really kind of cool. And then this one you can get not in great shape, but this is the 67-68 that is really cool. And this is where you can get a Cruyff rookie. So very cool pack. It's the only one that I've ever seen. So super excited to have this. You can see this is the name of the album, Campeones Europeos de Football. So that's a really fun pack. And here's a Olympic pack from Munich in 1972. So another very fun little pack. And then this is a F1 pack from the same album that I just showed you on the Lotta, Zua Hora. So these are fun packs for the pack collection. So there we go. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Yeah, hey, there you go. It's a little early in the day. Sport Card Harry. Hope everything's going well with you. Just trying to get some stuff off of my desk here. So hopefully things are going well in the UK for you and all of everyone who's out there. So let me just dump these in the proverbial trash. And then I've got this big box, which I just can't imagine what would need to be in a box this big that I would have bought, but maybe something was bigger than I expected. So I'm going to finish trying to open this one and see what we got in here. Very large box. And again, I think this is from Goldin, although now they're doing a much better job of concealing the concealing the shipping addresses. They must have had some problems with people stealing from them, I'm guessing. Pure conjecture on that. I think that would be the only reason why I would think you would take Goldin off of your return address. Regardless, this box in and of itself, due to the bizarre size, I'm sure would call some question. Just so if you didn't fully see this when I'm coming in, look at how big this thing is. It's like, the size of a small person. And I just cannot understand for the life of me what would use it. So, first off, lots of bubble wrap. We'll just toss it out there. Okay, here's... Okay, lots more bubble wrap. And more bubble wrap. Okay, so here's something. And then here is something else. And then the box is empty. So in this gigantic box, we have this. And we have, which I'll put down right here for now, because at least it's big. And then I'll take this thing that I put in an unstable place over here. And I will take a look to see what this is. This looks to be a photo. It's slabbed, so it is. Oh, very fun photo. So here you have a type 1 photo of Maradona. So very fun Maradona photo. Very cool, very clear image in here. I like on these press photos, sorry for all the glare. I like on the press photos when you get the actual newspaper, how it was used. In this particular one, it says Speedy Diego. And it says, Diego Maradona today insisted he is fast enough to beat any man-to-man marker when Argentina meet West Germany in Sunday's World Cup final. Maradona said he did not know who West German manager Franz Beckenbauer would designate to mark him. Asked Beckenbauer, Maradona said, adding it could be Riegel, who plays for the Italian club of Veronas. Riegel and I know each other. We played several games, yada, yada, yada. So, and then he admitted that West Germans would be the most difficult rivals that they have encountered. So that's pretty cool. This is just a really, really great photo. The clarity of it, it's awesome. So happy to have that kind of in-house. Yeah. So this slab is huge. Like, I wish this was a little like more of an 8x10. And it was a little tighter. That slab is huge. Look at my head, right? It's more than my head. The photo is really cool though. I didn't realize that the slab was so big either. But here, just for a point of comparison, here's an 8.5, or what I think you guys call in Europe A4. So it's a little bit bigger than that. It's about 9x11, if I had to guess, in inches. Sorry for all those people who use the correct system out there, the metric system, as opposed to us who we continue to stay in the past. Okay, so that was an interesting photo. Now I have this. There's a few, this painter's tape that they left, kind of easy to pull. So let's do that. And see what is in here. I think I know what this is now that it's ringing a bell. I mean, I'm kind of trying to remember what it was. I think there could be a couple of magazines. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. They are all right. Okay, there's one. Yeah, okay, so that's that, and this is just a lot of cardboard. And these magazines are actually, again, a little bit bigger than I expected. Hope I can get these slabs. So this is a Life magazine that is signed by Pele. I just love the photography on this. Really, really cool. Hello, A Collector's Dream. So this is a Pele Life magazine, and it had, if I'm not wrong, his auto is pretty easy to authenticate, and this is a Beckett authentication for whatever that's worth, but it looks very, very, very much like every Pele auto I've seen. Not tough to get things to get Pele autos, but still a beautiful. It's funny. I was thinking, oh, I'll get this thing slabbed. How big would it be? You know, this thing is just gigantic, even as it is. I was hoping to display it. Look at this Coke ad. Oh, by the way, the date on this is in Life in Spanish, and it was June of '64. So at this point, global, superstar, had won the World Cup in '58 and '62, and on his stardom, his global stardom, I don't know what you want to call it, time. I guess he was always a star after '58. And then here's another really fun one. This is with his old signature, and this is a JSA. Let me see if I can get this out and show you guys this. Very, very cool program. And this is signed with his old signatures, Edison and then Pele. And this, just a beautiful image. And this is a program for a Santos game. I want to say it's with Mexico. And they also, the entire team has signed as well, as you can see here. So that's pretty fun. Just Pele signed on the cover. So that's really fun. And yeah, it's good. It says, must have been for a German game because it's actually in German. And the date on this is, look at some of these portraits here that they took. This is kind of fun with the 1958 champion sash, if you will. Let's see. I can't see where the Pele is there. I think it's over here somewhere. So very, very cool program. The fact that he signed it is amazing. In his old signature, and I think this is from, I want to say 59. I'm not wrong. Let me see if I can find the date. Lots of conversation about this. I don't see the date, but I think there is a date somewhere on this. So anyway, I will, and this has been certified by JSA. So excited to have that as well. And very, very fun, cool stuff. Happy to have that kind of in-house. Okay. Next ones. Is that all on the mail? Oh, I've got this FedEx thing as well. Hey, yeah, thanks, guys. Yeah, that was, I wasn't paying a lot of attention, but I'm assuming that's for this one. I mean, both of them are really cool, but I'm assuming this comment is for this great program here, Alec. I'm assuming that, but and thank you as well, the Collector's Dream. I do like those for display items. I actually have, some of you may or may not have been following me a few years ago, where I was able to get one of his Santos. Pele's a tough one because his autos are so available, but the early autographs are tough, and those vintage autographs, which I'm not sure they're fully appreciated in the in just collecting in general. The difference between those, I think the vintage ones should be worth a lot more than certainly the last shaky ones that he kind of did in the, he wasn't feeling well towards the end of his life, and even more than some of these types of autos that are beautiful but very common, right? Just the Pele with the little circle on the end, which I never understood what that was. Maybe it was the accent or something. But actually I have one of his contracts where he signs with his legal name, and that's really fun. And there aren't many of those. One was kept by the team, one was sent to the Brazilian Federation, and one was kept by the athlete himself. And I somehow got Pele's actual copy from one of his contracts with Santos, which I think there were a number. I want to say like 4 or 5 different individual contracts. So there's like 12 of those out there. And so super excited to have one of those. If it's probably buried in my Instagram when I did the live when I actually got that one in. Okay, now this will be weird, I think, for a lot of you guys, at least but I collect lots of different stuff. And this is a really fun album that came out in Argentina. It's about skateboarding from the 1980s, and it has some really cool stickers in it, including I think there's a nice Tony Hawk in there. All right, and then here is a PSA shipment. And to be honest with you, there is a risk that this is not even soccer. So if it's not, maybe I'll cut this short because I didn't really check, and it just kind of arrived at my door, and I'm like, which order is this? I typically have somewhere between 2 and 7 orders at PSA at any given time on different values, different services. So I really don't know. And a couple of them though that I had there were not related to soccer, so I wouldn't be surprised or offended if people just dropped off this call for lack of interest, which I get, but I really don't know what's in these boxes. So let's see. These relatively big orders, right? When you see that many slabs, which makes you think it's probably a vintage special or something like that. Again, I've been out for quite a bit of time, so let's see what we got. Well, my supposition, is that right? Yeah, has been confirmed, and I will show you what this is. This is actually most people, well, actually probably not most people, but a lot of people will know that my kind of first collecting was actually Star Wars, the 1977 blue set, which is my first kind of set. And there are, obviously it's a very common set collected in the US, but there are, cards that were issued in both Argentina, which are stickers that would go in an album, blank back stickers. The US ones, you may recall, had like a puzzle back. And then there are there are also some from Mexico, which are closer to the US version than these super thin, stickers. These come out of Argentina, and I decided that I was going to try to put together all of the sets of Star Wars as kind of a homage to the beginning of my collecting. These are really hard, really, really hard, especially in never stuck condition. But even the ones that have been never stuck, just they're so fragile. Here's an example. I don't know if you can see this corner down here, right here. They get jammed. I guess you can't really see it folded very easily. So these are pretty fun. Not Pokemon, nope, but Star Wars. So and these cards are you can see La Guerra de las Galaxias, which is how they would translate and market. The Mexican cards actually say Star Wars on the front and mention Guerra de las Galaxias, but I think these are really fun. So this is not a complete set, but it is pretty. So you can see these are topping out at like a 4. These are not the complete set, but they're pretty close. So here's a fun one. Obi-Wan, right? Alec Guinness as Ben Kenobi. And these titles, they somehow got in the PSA system in English. to correspond to the same US card. They are not the same US card, and it's weird that they sent them back to me all out of order, which is kind of bizarre. But yeah, you can see here's R2 and C3PO. So this whole double thing. Here's a great one of Luke and Leia. So 1.5. See the foxing on the back. See those little spots. There's also kind of some surface wrinkles in there. This is a fun one as well. So anyway, I won't bore everyone unless somebody comes on here and says, "Oh, show me more." But these are the exact same images that you'll see in some of the famous, Star Wars cards that you could see in any auction. But the difference is obviously they're paper thin and have, lots of foxing and just are very, very difficult cards. So I will be putting these in order, and I will be participating on the registry, which I've never done a Star Wars set on the registry. And there are a few dupes in here, but I'm still missing, 5 to 8 of these cards. So if somebody happens to know these, or, if just know anybody that collects these that may have some duplicates, I would love to try to fill out this set. Now, some of them I really struggled. This is another funny thing, which is this is really cool, but also I really struggled with paying to get these graded. These are puzzle pieces. You know how like the other set used to have the puzzles on the back? These actually were just issued as puzzle pieces, and these are thick cardboard. So there were pieces that got issued like this, and they had numbers though on them. You can see down here, like 75. So they form part of the set, and it was really kind of a thing. Like, should I grade these independently when they should kind of go together and fill a big picture? That's how the set registry had it. Of course they would, and I decided that I was going to build these out. So I'll try to take a picture of these when I build them out now, because I do think I have all the puzzle pieces. Maybe I'm missing one. So that's kind of a fun nuance. They also had some stickers, which I'll see if I find any in here. Again, different. I'll just show some different pictures if you guys are interested in them. Here's the famous battle between Kenobi and Vader. This was really fun when they were in the Millennium Falcon. Cool photography on some of these. Yeah. So, but again, if you're familiar with the Star Wars set, then you will none of the photography will shock you because it's the exact same. Okay, so all of these don't have the stickers, but I will go and see in the second pack if these happen to have the stickers. Nope, these are. They're in there somewhere. But look at some of these. Great. For a Star Wars fan, if you've seen the movie as much as I have, like you see the image and you immediately know where you are in the story, and that's just. And I probably haven't seen it, in like 10 years, but it's just ingrained on you when you see things for like 25 years. 25 times or more. So this is the stickers. These are really cool. Again, these are thick and they're kind of perforated like the Maradona 1978 thing. But there you can, 1979 Calciatore sticker is what I meant to say. These are blank backs, and then you had again the puzzles on just with their own cards. So I'll have to go through. Here's a fun R2D2, and I love how they call him here. Dos Dedos. That's a totally different name. They would call him and it's interesting the difference between the Spanish in Argentina versus the Spanish in Mexico, where they would call in Mexico they call him Artuito, which would be little Arthur, and then in English we said R2D2, like as in the letter and the number, and then here in Argentina they call him Dos Dedos. So totally different names for R2D2 in the thing. So anyway, I'm super excited to get most of these. And here's the very rare 5 sighting. That's pretty cool. And then I'll have some dupes, which here's kind of the Vader piece of the puzzle, which is fun. So I'll try to, maybe I'll even post it on my Instagram, build the puzzle and post it on my Instagram. Anyway, a very fun set. And not one that you typically see me talk about, because I talk about soccer most of the time on this channel. Thanks for looking at them, Holt. So do you cards you collect other than yeah, I mean, I collect my probably most valuable part of my collection is my Negro League Baseball collection. You can see on my channel I have a few videos. They're super rare, amazing players. And so that's probably the most valuable part of my collection. I also have, it's a pretty diverse collection, honestly. I have, here's a Han Solo. It's very fun. I have a number of very rare and valuable Pokemon cards as well. I have some vintage baseball. I have probably a world-class top 5 type collection in boxing. Mostly I put together an SGC holders and was part of the SGC registry, but then when they blew that up, it really annoyed me because that's how I used to collect. And those are almost all full sets. And those kind of go back to the 1800s, the late 1800s. I have, Olympic stuff, autograph, different collections. Man, I'm all over the board, honestly. If I'm honest, I'm pretty disorganized in terms of the breadth of the things I collect. I even collect, sealed video games. I got Star Wars figures, anything that is an interesting niche or kind of nostalgic for me are things that I collect. But my main collectus focus has been on cards, soccer cards that I have. Here's another like Van Basten sitting around here. Here's a nice bloomer. Those are really kind of where I've been spending most of my time. Check this one out, guys. I even forgot I had this, a gem Ronaldo rookie from SGC. This is a time when gems for SGC were exceedingly rare. Like 0.1% of all the grades they gave were the gem 98s. So that was fun. Yeah, so that's kind of what I do. I do a bunch of different, sets. Most of my time is still spent in soccer, just looking around to see if there's anything else that I didn't mention. No, mostly the Negro League Baseball is probably the biggest thing, followed by boxing, and then a little bit Pokemon and some Star Wars and other stuff. So Olympics, maybe in that probably order, but even historical figures, music, man, I'm all over the place. That's what I'm realizing by your question. So I'll probably need to slim it down a little bit at some point, but certainly hope you guys enjoyed that. Oh yeah, you can see like this one has a chunk out of it. Not uncommon in a lot of the cards that you'll get out of Argentina. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, even if it's a little different than typically is. Honestly, didn't kind of know what I had here, so I'm glad to kind of get this stuff out of boxes and moving on to get organized in the collection. So hope everybody has a wonderful Saturday. The Canelo fight is going to be on tonight, so looking forward to that, as well as my alma mater for American college football, Boston College, going at it with Missouri today, who's the top team. So looking forward to watching that. And I think I ended just on time to go check that out. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate you joining Sport Card Harry. I'm glad that it's earlier in the day and you can make it. Thanks, everybody else. And we will be in touch, preferably on the Discord, the Vintage Soccer Discord, which I got to add the link below. But if it's not there now, check out in a day or two if you are not a member. But hope everybody enjoyed this and appreciated the interaction now that I'm kind of back in the saddle. So look for some more. I'm going to be getting some A couple upcoming things that I'll have is I had a friend of mine help me remove items from albums, so I'll be getting back a really interesting group of stickers here in the next few days, and I still have a number of PSA orders that I do think will be dropping back here. So stay tuned. I have a number of ideas of some great videos. But one I just wanted to shout out is USMNT had a really fun one on the Tale of Two Pele cards. If you haven't checked that out, check out his video where he talks about the Queagle and the Alifa, and I think that's a really fun video, so it doesn't take a lot of time. He doesn't ramble as much as I do, so that is probably a good, 10-15 minutes of your time if you haven't checked that one out. So just propping that because I enjoyed it, and everybody else, have a fantastic weekend. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.